Thanks for watching Best Way to Smoke Weekly News. Check out these clips from the first half of 2025.
Bing, bop, boom, bop, bam. It's Monday again. So welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News. Have you brushed your teeth yet? And it's noon.
Man, you should have been did that. For sure.
And this news is being presented to you by none other than Serpo, your favorite smoking partner.
Hey, make sure you stay elevated with Big J.
For Sugardeal. And once you get this sponsorship by this glue guard, you don't got to worry about people who don't brush their teeth. You won't be smoking on no spit.
And your lip won't drip.
You know what I'm saying? Sugardeal. Cali. Now, Cali done seized over $500 million
Damn.
in illegal cannabis last year. Let's see what this is, man. The California Unified Cannabis Enforcement Task Force. Y'all remember that. California Unified Cannabis Enforcement Task Force, UCETF, you know what I'm saying, seized $534 million in cannabis plants last year. The UTF, oh shit, where I go? Oh, bringing the total seized by the state to about $2.8 billion since 2019.
Right.
The UCETF, created by Governor Gavin Newsom, who is about to be up out of here, you know what I'm saying, is led by the State Department of Cannabis Control. In the statement, you know what I'm saying, we will continue to target illegal cannabis operations and cut off the illicit revenue streams of transitional criminal organizations who prey on workers, our local environments, and kids. You know what I'm saying? With that one being said right there, it's like that's like it got to be like speculation. And then, you know what I'm saying, coming from the inside, if you treating your workers like trash, you know what I'm saying, that can trickle over into the environment.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And from the environment go into the household. You know what I'm saying? So if you think logically about that, you know what I'm saying, have a like cool, healthy workspace.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, leave that shit at home.
Man.
Bring it to at work.
At work, right. Don't bring it home.
You know what I'm saying? Or to the environment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just some quick little stats from last year. In 2024, enforcement teams served 425 search warrants, focusing on illicit cultivation and unlicensed retail sales. The UCETF served 155 warrants, targeting unlawful indoor cultivators, seizing nearly 163,000 pounds of cannabis, totaling $269 million, destroying about over 288,000 plants, and uncovering 61 firearms. And all 28 arrests were made in connection to the illegal indoor cannabis cultivation. Man, that sucks.
Man.
You know what I'm saying, out here for my fellow Californians.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But just get up on game, you know what I'm saying? Like, know the ins and outs and just get that stuff done straight, and they won't be able to do this.
And no bullshit-ass pesticides.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, look. You know, y'all know we've been going back and forth with this cannabis getting out and man, is they gonna decriminalize it? Is they gonna reschedule it? What's finna happen? Trump's pick for top health lawyer thinks marijuana is a dangerous and genetically engineered hard drug. This how they coming now. President Donald Trump has nominated an anti-marijuana official to serve as the lead attorney at the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, drawing praise from cannabis prohibitionists. Mike Stewart, a current GOP West Virginia senator, a former U.S. attorney who was nominated by the president to become general counsel for HHS, among his most controversial claims about cannabis, he said today's products are genetically engineered, claimed marijuana is a gateway drug that leads to greater misuse of opioids, and pledged to aggressively enforce criminalization during his time as a federal prosecutor. So to me, it just seems like he don't really have an understanding of what cannabis really is and what it's, for. So while HHS under the Biden administration has already recommended rescheduling cannabis following a scientific review, that process has been delayed, raising question about the potential influence of the new administration. Mm-hmm. See, if we pay attention, I think Trump probably said a little bit about cannabis early on, though, when he was running, though. But he kind of got quiet on the topic and shit, though. So it's going to be interesting to see which way this should go.
Oh, Donnie.
Hey, I'm going to say it like this, though. 10 steps, 2 steps forward, 10 steps back, man. That's what it looked like.
Hey, one thing for certain, though, the cannabis community going to stay smoking.
Ain't no question.
Mean, because we like with the D schedule of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cannabis reform proponents have again requested the removal of the DEA from the rescheduling hearing coming later on this month. You know what I'm saying? Citing new evidence that the agency might seek to subvert the process. You know what I'm saying? With this rescheduling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you believe or you think that the DEA is kind of like cool going along with the little rescheduling and all that, you know what I'm saying? They're going to try to like get it up there and be like, boom, we ain't rescheduling nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even,
hopes up.
They don't even want them up in there for that. You know what I'm saying? So leave them out.
Man, for real. If they ain't trying to push forward.
I don't know.
Yep. Free bongs and a place to puff, how the cannabis crowd is helping fire victims. So for those of you that don't know, this is pertains to the LA wildfires that happened, the burn down. You feel me? Medical marijuana patients and other 21 and older weed consumers who left behind their pipes, bongs, rolling trays, and other pot paraphernalia in a recent wildfire in LA County can get new gear free of charge at 6 West Hollywood dispensaries through an accessory drive organized by the local cannabis community. Now, shouts out to the cannabis community, because this is kind of like something small, it's still something that's beneficial and can kind of lift people's spirits a little bit, though. Under state law, dispensaries are prohibited from giving away cannabis products, and the only ones they can legally sell need to go through a metric track and trace program. Estimated that Stevenson estimated that the date $2,000 worth of gear has been collected to date. Impacted local residents hoping to replace that lost vape, battery, pipe stash, drawer, or grinder can do so free of charge by heading to one of the 6 West Hollywood dispensaries serving as distribution points. Com West Hollywood, MedMan West, Pleasure Med, Urban Leaf, Woods, that's a crazy one, Woods, WeHo, and Artistry West. Those are places that you can go, bring in something and you can get something to probably lift your spirits a little bit, though.
Lawmakers in the Idaho Senate have passed a House-approved bill asking voters to approve a constitutional amendment that will remove the electoral rights to pass cannabis legalization constitutional amendment.
Right.
That will remove. Well, I just like rewind. I did one of your
same shit. Yeah. I mean, hey, look, we definitely find our best way to smeezy.
But I'm finna give it to you the right way.
Yeah.
Rewind. Lawmakers in the Idaho Senate have passed a House-approved bill asking voters to approve a constitutional amendment that will remove the electoral right to pass cannabis legalization laws or any other drug reforms, the Idaho Capitol Sun reports. Now, I don't know what this electorates. Whatever.
No, not electric. Electorate.
Yeah, like
electorate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Isn't that vote that like, you know what I'm saying?
Like the
that
governing body. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know how to say this shit. I knew what they was talking about.
We all learning something.
For real, because they giving them higher ups, you know what I'm saying, the right to like vote and put our stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
But leaving our word as consumers, you know what I'm saying, and some business owners out.
Out the mix.
That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? To my knowledge, I could be wrong.
No,
Comment if I'm wrong or right, though. You know what I'm saying? The bill co-sponsored in the Senate by Senator Scott Grow was passed by Senate lawmaker in a 29-6 vote last Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Having already been passed by the House earlier this month, the Senate's approval means that voters will get to decide during the 2026 election whether to amend the Idaho Constitution so that only the legislator has ability to pass cannabis or other drug reform laws. So we got to step up, you know what I'm saying? You Idahoans, you know what I'm saying, for the cannabis community to get their words up. Supporters of the bill argued the amendment would help Idaho resist the wave of losing restrictions on the cannabis plant in neighboring states throughout the U.S. Too many legislators across the nation have sat back and just waited as initiative after initiative will come after them until they're finally overwhelmed and overwhelm the legislator. We are acting because that's our responsibility. That's the Governor Scott Grow. I don't believe that they saying that it's their responsibility or whatever it may be, but it's our responsibility as a cannabis community, you know what I'm saying, to keep that voice up and keep it heard and don't let them just take our voices.
Come on, Scott Grow.
Stand up. That's another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News with your favorite smoking partner, Surfo Jr.
Make sure you stay elevated with Big J.
Baby.